Yo, what it do, man? What it is? This is As a Man coming back at y'all, with another great one. You know what I mean? But before we get into this video today, man, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. You know what I'm talking about? Leave a comment down below if you rocking with me, if you ain't. You know what I mean? Well, man, Pete. Today, man, I'm gonna be talking about: do you let your lady drive, or do you sit in the passenger seat, or do you prefer to drive all the time? So this is something new, bro. Like usually, like like dudes, bro, like we be letting the chick drive and shit like that. But as I get older, bro, it just feels like nah, that ain't supposed to be your place. That's the you know, driving the car is symbolic. You know what I mean? To like you in a relationship, you driving a relationship, like you the captain of that relationship. As soon as you let the woman take control, it start going haywire. It start going crazy. You know what I mean? So as a man, I feel like you shouldn't even let your woman drive. You shouldn't even let the woman drive the car. Really, the woman shouldn't even drive. I feel like the more knowledge a woman gains, the crazier they get, bro. You know what I mean? And it's like they be like, "Oh, I want to do this. I want to do this," but then when you get in the power, then they fuck it up and they go crazy. You know what I mean? So it's just this is just one of them things where it's just like, bro, like just like with that video I released about like it's time to give them up, and I was talking about those slides that niggas be wearing outside. Like, bro, it's time to stop wearing that shit, bro. It's time to stop wearing those slides. This is another informative video. Might be short, but it's time to stop letting your chick drive the car, bro. Like with you in it, I understand, the bitch got her own car, she gonna drive and shit like that. But if you with your lady, that shit really don't look right to you being in the passenger side and she driving. I was talking to some dude the other day, and and I asked him like, man, do you let your chick do that? And he was like, yeah, I let my lady stunt. I let her drive, and I be sitting in the passenger side. I'm like, nah. And I was like, nah, as I get older, bro, like I don't really rock with that no more. Like me, I don't really rock with that. I never really rocked with it, in the first place, really. You know what I mean? Like the bitch would beg so much, and I kept saying no, but until one day I was like, all right, fuck it. I let the bitch drive the car, with me in it. Then, I let the bitch drive without me in it. Then the bitch had fucked it up. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm guessing like bitches just like to ask just to hear the word no, over and over again. Like, oh, let me play a game and wear them down. Some fuck shit like that, bro. That shit is annoying, bro. Like games bitches play, bro. That shit be annoying as fuck, bro. Like little games like that. And bro, as I'm just thinking about it, I was gonna release this video on like its own accord. But I'm thinking about it now, and I wanted to just put this out there, bro. Like as a man, bro. Black men, bro, we don't be playing the game with people or with our bitch. You know, I feel like as a whole, bro, all black men just we opted out of playing games with people, bro. Like, cause like even in the workplace, I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube and shit like that. And like black men talking about their experiences around people in the workplace and corporate playing games and shit with them and shit like that. And like different tactics people use and shit, against us. And I was just like, man, everybody, like it's like everybody plays games with us 24/7. So it's like, bro, like we don't want to play games with nobody, bro. You know what I mean? Like every other group and race, and I say group because the black woman is a part of the others too. Every other group and race, they got their own sector to where they could go to where it's not that many games being played for one, or well, I say it's minimal games being played, or it's no games being played at all. It's like a sense of common camaraderie. Like, hey, we the same. We're not gonna do this how we do the nigga, how we do the black man. every other racing group got that sector to where they could go to calm down and relax. Because I was just gonna put it as, black women play with black men, but and then I wasn't say white, I wasn't say just women. I mean, like black women play with black men. Then I was just gonna say everybody be playing with the black man, but then I was like, nah, women play with men in general. You know what I mean? It's just more times, it's less times than they are gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a white guy. I'm not. I don't date a white woman, so I don't know what kind of games they playing. But I've been around a few of them. It seems like not everything is perfect. Not every person in that race is perfect. But I've never really seen a cohesive black unit like the man and the woman type shit. You know what I mean? Eventually the bitch gonna be playing games and the nigga just leave or some shit like that. You know what I mean? But when you're around certain other races of people and you're around them and then you hear the conversations that they have and shit like that, it's like, man, ain't no games being played with these people, bro. You know what I mean? It's just they talk, like they talking about the day to day, what they got planned, family issues and shit like that, and keeping it pushing. You know what I mean? Like I don't live with them or nothing like that. But even like simple shit like that, like as a black man, you never had those kind of conversations with your bitch. You know what I mean? Like you never like it always goes back to some game. Like it's just never like a straight line, you know what I mean? Just straight black and white, you know what I mean? Just some straight up and down shit. It's always a game of, some shit to where you just leave like head scratching, like, oh my God, I don't feel like playing games with this bitch today. So like it's like, bro, like, but getting back to the point, bro, it's like everybody other than black men have that sector to where they could calm down and be cool. That's why I feel like niggas, black men, are constantly falling into those little work traps that motherfuckers be on, like just little bullshit games, bro. Cause like we don't be in the mood to play the games. We don't even be in the same realm as people, at times. You know what I mean? If you're dealing with that corporate shit or just dealing with people in general, like like as a black man, like you probably zoned out thinking about something else because it's about to be some bullshit. So you already tuned that shit out, bro. So then when you see the game or a motherfucker come up talking and then you think they cool, it's like you just like, okay, you more susceptible to the shit because you're like, man, oh, finally somebody cool, but nah, it's a snake. You know what I mean? A snake trying to get information. You know, that's why like whenever like a black man see another black man, it's tense because it's like, damn, dog, I done let the Indian man talk to me, the white boy talk to me, the the Spanish talk to me, the Mexican talk to me, all these other races, the Asian boy talk to me and shit like that. And them motherfuckers and them motherfuckers been nothing but game. Even my bitch been nothing but game. Games, you know what I mean? Just games. You know what I mean? Like little microaggression bullshit. But then when you get in front of a nigga, like, I ain't letting that shit go. I ain't letting that shit happen. But shit, the nigga, but shit, more times than not, it is some bitch ass niggas, and those really be the ones that been hanging around the other races. It's all, it's funny. It's like the black men that hang around other races be bitch ass niggas, really, bro. Like, unless, I just, yeah, they be bitch ass niggas, bro. I ain't even gonna make it what's the name for, cause I'm a black man. I don't even hang around other races like that, bro. Like, you know, cause most of them motherfuckers ain't 100, bro. Like, and in order for you to be 100, bro, you gotta address your fuck shit, bro, and not be on that fuck shit with a real nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I ain't like most niggas ain't going for that shit with hearing other motherfuckers say nigga and shit all day. Like, nigga, come on, bro. That ain't nigga, man. Come on now. Like niggas, like we don't even like that shit. But it's like, bro, y'all motherfuckers want to be us so bad and run off with a nigga culture, swag, and drip and shit like that. I be seeing motherfuckers dressed like us. I be like, this nigga here. You know what I mean? Then turn around and say some disrespectful, my yate shit or some shit like that, or just some old hater ass shit. But that's America. That's how America built, bro. Like I seen an ad today where it was like fuck for the US military they used that Love Sosa beat by Chief Keef and uh and they used the acronym fuck around and find out. Now, if I can remember, Chief Keef black. If I can remember, niggas use the acronym fuck around and find out. You know what I mean? But like as you get older, bro, you just see, bro, like these niggas, bro, like they just love our creative shit, bro. They love us, but they hate us. And that's why, like, I be like, bro, I really can't fuck with y'all niggas. I don't trust y'all niggas, bro. Like, look how y'all niggas act. Like, bro, like, really, bro, y'all niggas should pay us $1,000. Like, bro, like, I don't know how much paper, bro, but like, bro, at this point, bro, y'all need to pay us like we the Jews, cause we are the Jews. Like, bro, y'all niggas be taking our swag and drip and expect a nigga to be cool with you and shit. Nigga, hell no. I always looked at that shit like it was funny. Nigga, that's some fuck shit, bro. It's like a nigga, bro. It's like a nigga doing something to you, like smacking you or some shit like that, and turning around and like, nigga, what's up, bro? We cool? And then you just gonna say, yeah, man, we cool. And nigga gonna turn around and do the same shit again and not even address it, nigga. You not even gonna address it. That shit just be crazy to me, bro. I be like, bro, I don't see how y'all niggas be cool with them niggas, bro. That couldn't be me. But I know certain zodiac signs be cool with them or whatever like that. You know what I mean? Like you gotta really break that shit down, bro. But like most of the time, bro, straight up and down, nigga gonna be like, nah, I don't really fuck with y'all nigga like that, dog. But man, that's just me though. You know what I mean? But getting back to that topic, bro, like man, about like the bitch driving. Man, I saw this fine. Well, I ain't gonna say the bitch was fine, but the bitch had body. That bitch had small waist, chocolate bitch. You know what I mean? Chocolate bitch, small waist, fat ass booty, look like a model. You know what I mean? Natural booty, natural booty that bitch had on her. But shit, man. She had a nigga that was dressed like a kid. Like this nigga was dressed like one of these rapping ass nigga, like a tall Uzi. Like that nigga was probably like 5'9" or some shit like that, 5'8". But this nigga was dressed like with the bell bottom pants, big ass belt, biker chain, pink and blue on. The bitch dressed like she like a normal bitch, you know what I mean? Some jeans, a t-shirt, and some sandals or something. But the nigga dressed like that and he was on the passenger side. You know what I mean? But she fucking with this nigga. They didn't look like they was related or no shit like that. They look like his bitch, but I'm just like, what the fuck going on with this picture? And I just started peeping like how she looked like the mama and he looked like the son. And I was like, bro, hell no. You can't let a bitch drive. You can't, bro, as a man, you can't give a bitch no power. You can't give a bitch no power because a bitch don't understand power, bro. A bitch wasn't meant to understand power. You give a bitch power, she gon' use that shit as disrespect. Like I can't believe this nigga gave me power. Yeah, nigga, I'm your mama. Like that shit be weird as fuck, bro. It's like, bro, like come on now, bitch. Like I obviously gave you this little bit of power because I fuck with you. You know what I mean? But nigga, like I said in the beginning, and nigga, you gotta mash on these hoes, be stumped down, bro. Like that's all these hoes respect, bro. That's all they respect, bro. You know what I mean? And that's what they expect. Once you start giving a bitch like little bits of power, bro, that's when that bitch start disrespecting. The bitch either gonna start disrespecting and thinking he the man. Cause you gave her a little bit. Look, bro. You granted her with some power, and she gonna start disrespecting. How crazy does that shit sound? But shit, that's something that a lot of men go through, bro. And you just there left looking crazy, cause you like, bro. I'm just trying to be in a relationship with you, and I'm like, damn, bitch, maybe you could do this for me or whatever like that. And the bitch just like, you know what I mean? Like, like the bitch just on some more shit, and it tripped me out. I didn't understand that shit, bro, until recently, bro. Like, you can't give a bitch no kind of power, bro. You can't give a bitch no power, bro. Like that shit does not work, bro. You gonna be like this dude in this picture. Look how this nigga looking, and look how she looking. A bitch love chaos, but a man lives and thrives in order. You know what I mean? So either you gonna have some order or you gonna have some chaos. You know what I mean? Either you gonna be running that shit or she gonna be running that shit with chaos. But man, back to what I was saying about the playing games and shit, bro. Like, I feel like it's getting to a point where black men, you know what I mean, niggas gonna align with each other. Yeah, I feel like that's where the world is going to. Like, I was listening to a dude the other day. That nigga was talking about like how like we grew up in a female society. 'Cause we used to watch some little bitch movies with our mamas and shit like that. And the father and shit would too, and stepdaddies was around. But now the nigga was like, man, this is this is the time where men are about to start taking over of the country now and shit like that. Like it's about to be man raised, like man run and shit like that. Similar to he didn't say this part, but I'm gonna say this part. Similar to how it was when men were more dominant in the household. This how I feel like the world's about to be going back to. Men are gonna be more dominant in the household now. Men are gonna be more dominant in this society now. You know what I mean? Cause it's gonna be shit. Either you gonna be with the bullshit with that mark of the beast, or you ain't gonna be with that shit. So you gonna have to develop your own piece. You know what I mean? By your initiative. You know what I mean? I guess they call that shit ingenuity or some shit. I don't even know what that motherfucking word mean. But yeah, about all that shit. You know what I mean? You know, um, with all this shit happening, bro. I don't know where they gonna take the world to, but I feel like yeah, even with Trump, like doing the thing that he doing like with women's jobs, that's really it could be a lot of reasons why he doing that, like getting rid of nursing jobs, getting rid of child care. Yeah, he probably want them to produce more kids, but if they at home producing more kids, who got to be the head? Who got to be the head honcho? Who he trying to make the head honcho? The man. You know what I mean? So shit. And even like with that stepdad thing, like men ain't trying to do that shit. Men ain't trying to be. There's some weak ass niggas out there that want to be a stepdaddy to a bitch. You know what I mean? There's some niggas like that out there still. But ain't a lot of niggas like that no more. You know what I mean? Like shit. When I was coming up, all that fuck shit was going on. But now that fuck shit ain't going on. So I do feel what dude was saying, talking about like men about to be more at the forefront. Like it's gonna be a man ran society. You know what I mean? Like it ain't gonna be that much. It ain't gonna be that much government help. Like bro, just look at what like and like I had this thought like a little bit before dude had said this message. But I was like, bro, like a lot of that shit ain't finna be going on for these women, bro. It's gonna be they gonna have to come back and fuck with the man and get right. You know what I mean? That's why I'm teaching you niggas or I'm telling you niggas, instructing you niggas to mash on these hoes, be a stump down on these hoes. You know what I mean? Be stumped down on these hoes, bro. That you gotta be like that, bro. Cause if you ain't, the bitch gonna run over you, dog. And shit, too many times has that happened. So you know what I mean. But shit, you still living, you still alive, and you still breathing. But you gotta look at the signs, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And really don't ever accept the bitch back. I did that shit a few times, bro, just off some horny shit. Don't do that shit, bro. Let them hoes suffer. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers that suffer in silence, nah, man, them hoes gonna have to suffer out loud. Cause nigga, it's like we gotta develop this collective thing, like how bitches did that shit to us. How they be like, oh no, I got a boyfriend. Oh no, I got a boyfriend. Or how they just like zero in, like, oh, if she ain't fucking with him, I ain't fucking with him. I ain't saying be like that with like I ain't saying be like a bitch, but we gotta ostracize certain bitches, bro. You know what I mean? Like you know how like certain bitches, like bitches like they give a top nigga the pussy. No matter from the finest bitch to the ugliest bitch. You know what I mean? They giving that nigga the pussy. But let it be an average to below average nigga. Some might fuck the average nigga, but all of them ain't gonna fuck the below nigga. So shit, Pete, man, if a bitch ain't right, nigga, like how niggas done made jokes about hoe facts and shit like that, man, if that bitch ain't, nigga, you know, what I ain't even gonna say no guidelines, bro. If it's just some wild shit, as a man, you just be like, nigga, what? Fuck that bitch, dog. Hey, and the new thing I'm teaching is AOP, nigga, age of privacy, my nigga. So that's why I ain't even say it like that, bro, because it's AOP, my nigga. Some shit in that collective consciousness, bro, we know what's right, bro. Just like how when you trying to instruct a bitch, like I seen this nigga Rampage Jackson, trying to instruct this bitch, talking about, hey, I don't, what that look like a woman in another man face and she here with me and or she here with another man or some shit like that. Like, man, that bitch knew what she was doing. A lot of times niggas try to reprimand a bitch for doing all that fuck shit, bro, just cause you probably like how that bitch feel on the inside and the outside, you know what I mean? Or whatever, you know what I mean? But nigga, we gotta be stumped down mashing on these hoes. Man, that bitch fuck up like that, nigga, fuck that hoe. One time, it's too many bitches out here. That shit is easier said than done. My nigga, somehow, some way, we gotta develop a way to where nigga, at one strike, bitch, you done, you out of there. You know what I mean? And I feel like, bro, like the steps that men are taking, you know what I mean, as a collective, you know what I mean, the ones that be, on their G, they gonna understand, you know what I mean? They gonna understand what I'm saying, and they gonna follow suit. One strike with these hoes, bro. Ostracize that bitch. She got it. Man, we got, like, look, bro. Eve came from Adam. So don't that make that bitch his daughter? Like, the bitch came from him. You know what I'm talking about? And, a nigga should have reprimanded, a nigga, bro, we gotta discipline these hoes, bro. They act like kids, bro. It don't no matter the age, they act like kids, bro. And Shahrazad Ali, the lady that made them books and shit like that, nigga, didn't she say black women stop aging mentally at 16 or 15 or some shit like that? Bro, look at your mama, bro. But look at your granny, bro. But look at your auntie, bro. Look at your sister. Look at your cousin. You know what I mean? Don't they act like kids? Now, we can say some, not all, because sometimes, you know what I mean, one of them might have grown up with a man and they don't act as fucking stupid as the other one, as a majority. You know what I mean? Now, that's something that I say some, but not all, with that one right there. But with a lot of but with a lot of all that other shit that niggas be trying to say, oh, some, but not all. No, it's all. But with that, I say it's some, but not all. Cause I got a cousin. You know what I mean? She, I could probably say it's because her zodiac is, well, nah. She grew up with my uncle, bro. You know what I mean? She, she to herself, you know what I mean? Real to herself type shit. She ain't out there like that, like, like you bitches, you know what I mean? But, yeah, man, you know what I mean? We gotta put bitches on punishment, bro. But back to that game shit, bro. Games are everywhere, bro. People play games with everybody. It's just you should, as a black man, niggas, people play games with us a lot, and we already opt out of playing games. Like, bro, most black men do not play games with people, bro. We don't like that shit. And if a nigga do play games with people, he a fuck nigga or hang around other races, bro. Just to be honest with you. Cause if you hang around niggas, bro, we ain't taking that shit, bro. Or if if you hang around black men, we ain't taking that playing game shit. Like I said, if a nigga play games, like how everybody else be playing games and shit like that, nigga either gay, like I'm talking about the mental games, like bitch nigga games, like games bitches play. And nigga probably gay or you hang around other races or both. I'll say nigga both probably. But shit, man, nigga ain't fucking with that shit, bro. Um, but yeah, man, it's not the best idea to let your woman drive the car, bro. It's not even the best idea to teach your woman everything, bro. I say, bro, develop you as a man and then have your plan laid out. Don't tell the bitch nothing. Just start moving shit in order and keep going, nigga, until you reach that fourth or fifth step. Nigga, until you reach the sixth step, you already got five fingers already working that rotation. Let that bitch have that pinky. You know what I mean? And you know, let that bitch have it, or let that bitch be the thumb. You know what I mean? And use some shit to where like, hey baby, I'm letting you do this task, whatever like that, baby. You the thumb, baby. You play an important part. You know, it's already four working, but you know, without that thumb, you know, some shit like that. You know what I mean? But really let the bitch be the pinky. You know what I mean? An insignificant job. You know what I mean? An insignificant job, because you could live without that pinky, I feel like, but you can't live without that thumb. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, you gotta do some shit like that. And as I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, that's a game, but it ain't no fuck nigga game, because you know when people, you know, other races of people and bitches play games, it's always some shit to where you just some deception shit, bro, some deceiving shit to where you just like you gotta scratch your head and like, hold on, this bitch is really just trying to play me or play with me. But the shit I'm saying right now, you know, like tell the bitch she being the thumb, but let her be the pinky. That ain't really no. It's deception, but it ain't no evil deception to where I'm like to where I'm walking away like ha ha ha. I got that motherfucker to do that ha 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 ha. No, this is just something to keep that bitch mind busy. You know what I mean? And this something that's insignificant to where she can't fuck it up. You know what I mean? And if the bitch do blow up, nigga, it's something that's so insignificant to you that you could just flip on the switch and like, I'm finna do this. Or I could just let this shit run and pay somebody else to do this shit. You know what I mean? But and plus it's just so much of a small part to where the bitch don't know too much detail. Cause these bitches start learning shit, bro, and doing more shit. They just think they bigger than the program, and then they crash and burn. You know, these hoes never learn until they on their deathbed. You know what I mean? But shit, man, keep them hoes at Genesis, bro. These bitches are stupid. You know, they try to, like a nigga said, but they think they're bigger than the program, bro. You know, and they be these hoes detriment. You know. But shit, man, don't let your bitch drive. I wouldn't recommend that at all. Don't let your bitch drive your car without you. You know, if you can find a bitch that don't drive, you winning. I don't want my bitch to drive. You know, I want my like. Why you need to drive for? Stay your ass inside the house. I'll take you. You know what I mean? But shit, man, that's all I got for right now. I gotta go get to it, man. You know, as a man, you know what I mean? Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Leave some comments.